Good afternoon and welcome to the Wunderkammer, the Cabinet of Wonders. I have had the extraordinary privilege to live with international students and to serve them for more than 30 years at the University of Notre Dame, at Gannon University in Erie, and now Indiana University South Bend. And over the years, I have collected in a number of international artifacts that I would like to share, in particular with the L'Antigua girls who live across the street from me. I've always enjoyed coming home at the end of the day and hearing about what they've learned. At present, we find ourselves shouting at each other from across the road. So I want to show you first the Furoshiki. If you speak Japanese, help me out. As you can see, it's a square cloth. This one is extraordinarily wrinkled. It is said that in the beginning, these were taken to the public baths. One placed undergarments in these, wrapped them, set them aside, such that they could be distinguished from the undergarments of other bathers. And maybe you've also seen these in American cartoons where a happy hobo wraps up all his worldly possessions in a red bandana and suspends from a stick. These were made from silk and cotton, but increasingly they are made out of synthetic materials. The designs were a lot of times this blue and white, which mimics the shibori designs. In other cases, you see scenes from the ukiyo-e, the floating world. I had received a number of these from the families of Japanese exchange students who lived with us, and I thought, oh, they're lovely little tablecloths, and I'm pretty sure that's what I used them for. But then I attended a lecture with Wangari Maathai, the Nobel laureate from Kenya, a biologist who established the Greenbelt movement and was an early proponent of sustainability. And she invited us to look to other cultures for sustainability practices, in particular with respect to gift giving. We often take great delight in receiving, in preparing gifts wrapped in paper that is almost immediately discarded. And she wondered if we might consider the Furoshiki. She held one up, and I realized, good heavens, I'm sitting on a veritable treasure trove of these. And I was just absolutely delighted with the prospect of presenting gifts in a Furoshiki. So I will demonstrate one very quickly. You probably have already gotten a good idea of how these are used, but if you look them up, you'll see that there are some really extraordinary ties and presentations. You can add ribbon and so forth. But for example, let's say that I discovered on my bookshelf that I have this wonderful book with instructions on how to sew a kimono or a yukata, and I realized that, gosh, I don't read Japanese, and I don't sew well enough to take advantage of the sewing instructions. So I want to pass this on to a worthy friend, along with maybe just one of the copies of the duplicates I discovered, Kenneth Rexroth's translation of love poems from the Japanese. So you would place these in the middle of the Furoshiki on the diagonal. And then, as you might surmise, well, first of all, you'd have to figure out where the diagonal is. Ah, there it is. You would bring together the ends like so, tying the one, and then the other. Very simple, very elegant, so smart. What is it? The Furoshiki. If you have stories or other memories, I hope you'll share those with me. I'd like to pass them on as well. Thank you. Thank you for making my life so rich. I'm speaking to all of you who I've had the pleasure to have known, and whom I miss very much. I send you my love, and I hope to see you quite often, even if on video, in the days to come. Bye-bye.